Hello artists, we are back for another week video. This week on my lessons I put leaf rubbings, but I'm going to show you some different things that you can do. The weatherman told me that it was supposed to be nice. It's a little cloudy and a little chilly here where I am right now, so hopefully the week warms up. We can go outside for a walk, grab some different things from nature. It doesn't have to be just a leaf. I have some flowers and some tree bark and some things found around the house too. So I'll show you some different things that you can do. We're really focusing on texture, the way that things feel. And in art, we make a lot of things that are flat, our 2D work, flat paintings, flat drawings, but we still want things to look like they would in real life. So if it's an animal, we want to make it look like the hair. You can feel it or run your hands through it. Your hair has texture. You can feel your shirt. It's soft. If you feel a tree, it might be bumpy or hard. So we're going to make those doing rubbings today. We're going to test out a few different things. You can find stuff in your house and see if it works. You could also take your paper around your house with you and try to make a texture rubbing of a table or a wall. But you want something that's kind of harder and more stable. You probably wouldn't want to do it on a soft rubber ball. That might be a little difficult, but you could sure try it. I'm going to do a few with crayons. With my crayons, I tore the paper off of it, so I have crayons. And it just helps if you use the side of those crayons. That's why I took the paper off. Markers don't work as great, but we'll test it out and see if it works a little differently than our crayons. And I have a couple of colored pencils. Those don't work as well either. Crayons are the best way to do this, but we might as well experiment with what we've got. I have a set of binoculars that are pretty bumpy. We'll see what kind of texture those make. I have a comb and then on my nature walk, I found some bark, a couple of leaves, even though a few of them are dead. Hopefully they don't crumble apart on me, and a little flower. We'll see what it makes. With your paper, you probably just want regular printer paper. If you get thicker watercolor paper, sometimes it doesn't work out as great because the texture doesn't come through on that thicker paper. I'm going to start with a crayon. I'm going to start with a leaf. I'm going to pick up my paper, place that leaf under my paper. Make sure I know where it is. It's right here. With my crayon, I'll turn it on its side. I'm just going to push the crayon. My leaf is crunching. Ooh, but you can tell. And just rub back and forth across the leaf. I know it's going to be broken apart under my paper, but you can see there's a leaf now on my paper. Well, that's not too bad. I could probably use that again. So I can move my leaf, lay my paper down again. I'm going to use a crayon again using the side. You can cover your whole paper with leaves or textures. Make it a background. You can add something else on top, maybe an animal that would be in the forest, or just a picture of anything that you want to draw to go on a really cool background. All right, let's try some things around the house with markers. I'm going to take my comb, stick it under my paper, make sure I know where it is, grab my marker. I want to kind of tilt it to the side. You probably don't want to push straight down. If you want your marker to work, you'll have to use the side. As I just gently rub back and forth. Ooh, my comb makes some pretty cool textured lines. All right, let's try colored pencils. Let's test out the binoculars. They're a little bumpy. I'm just going to try to get right there where my paper will sit. Anything that's too curvy just might not work as great. I'm going to use this side again of my colored pencil, kind of more surface. The bumps that are up higher should show through darker on my paper. Bumps that are lower might be white or just really, really light. So you can see the texture of my binoculars. Experiment all over your paper. Like I said, you can just make a really awesome background. You can add more over the top of it. My flowers are crunching. They might be a little too soft and crunchy to show up. They worked out okay. So experiment with what you can find around your house, outside if you can. It is Nature Week. Hopefully the sun will come out. Hopefully the rain won't come up as much as it says that it might. And we can enjoy a little bit of the warm weather. My tree bark might be just a little too bumpy. Anything that's flatter works a lot better. But it still showed some texture. Crayons work the best. The marker didn't turn out too bad. Colored pencil didn't turn out too bad, but use the side crayons, they work the best. Can't wait to see what you make.